Oh, hello! The following video is about to get fantastic, so don't forget to like or subscribe. Roll tape. Hey everyone, it's Billy Juliana here, and as you can see from the musical intro, I went to a park today and did a little thinking, so I'm going to run some of the footage from the park and then come back to you. See you in a sec. This is some cringy footage at the park. I need to call an Uber. Thank you for hanging with me through that rather cringy scene at the playground. But I went to go think because I've been a little stressed. I am in a place in my recovery where I've gained a lot of weight and I still have very high mental hunger. And so what do you do when you're in that state? Because the BMI charts say you're normal. If you're a woman, you might have your period back like I do, so that means I'm normal, right? And then everything else seems to be running optimally, right? Except I'm still extremely hungry. Now, my hunger takes the form of mental hunger. I tend to ideate about food all the time. I'm just constantly thinking about food in some way, shape, form, or another. And so I always want to eat. That is my form of hunger. Now, if you don't know what mental hunger is, I suggest you go to tabithafarrar.com. She has YouTube videos on the topic as well as a website with blogs that cover this topic as well. But I am in recovery from anorexia nervosa, and I'm an older person. I've been in recovery for the past 2 years, and I've been following the methods propounded by Tabitha Farrar, Elisa Orris, and Kayla Rose Katecki. And I have done very well with one of those women working as my coach over the last couple of years. And it took me a little while to get started. And so over the past couple of years, I've gained 40 pounds. Now, most of that weight actually came in a very short time span. It came in about 4 months. Most of that weight, about 30 pounds of that, was in about 4 months because my body is really wanting to put on weight and to store fat because it has a lot of repairs to make. I did a lot of damage to my body over the 40-year time span that I have been restricting and living a regimented life. So there's a lot of work going on in here. Now, I get to this place, and if you haven't seen my other videos, then you might not know that back in February of 2019, I got to the highest weight that I've ever been in my whole life, and I was a little stressed about that, and so I started restricting again. About a month ago, no, I guess about 2 months ago now, I started this YouTube channel because I wanted to be a face out there on YouTube for older people who are in recovery from restrictive eating disorders or from anorexia nervosa, yo-yo dieting, anything that is suppressing the body weight where the body is under stress from lack of food. So I wanted to be an older face for everybody else out there, because there's a lot of content in anorexia recovery out there on YouTube, but there's not a lot of older people like me, so I wanted to put myself out there. Unfortunately, I'm not recovered, so I can't speak as an expert, but I can speak as someone who's going through the process. So, yes, I have gained a lot of weight. I've gained 40 pounds, as I've mentioned before. Now, I don't want to just harp on that number, because this isn't about a numbers game anymore. This is about getting to optimal health. So what I've got to understand and get into my anorexia entrenched, neurally wired brain is that numbers and weight do not matter anymore. And now, as scary as that is, to feel the weight coming on and to dismiss the numbers and all of that stuff, it's essential that I do that, because I need to keep going. I'm still hungry. If you have extreme hunger and you've already gained a bunch of weight and you're frustrated, I understand. I get that. I'm frustrated too. But it just means that your body still needs more, and it's not quite sure that you haven't stopped restricting, and so it's asking and asking for more and more and more. And the more consistent you get with that eating to the max capacity that your body is asking for, the more your body will feel relieved, less stressed, and it will back off these urges to eat all the time. Now, I've made a few videos, if you haven't seen them, and I'll try to link them in the description down below, on eating to mental hunger. What does it look like? And those are showing basically the way that I eat in this current day and age. And yes, I do eat a lot of sweets. That's what my body craves. And I do eat a lot of what is typically called junk food, but all food is okay, as an okay green light for anyone in a restrictive eating disorder. And the more that you can get in, the better if your body is asking for it. So I've stayed consistent with that, and I'm going to try to stay consistent. I'm going to be consistent with eating to mental hunger and keep going, even though I'm frustrated. I'm like, I've got all this weight gain. I've got all these systems that seem to be working properly. So why aren't I normal now? Why can't I stop the weight gain? Why can't I just be right here and right now and just halt everything? Well, it's just not going to happen. I can't dictate what my body is going to do. My body's going to dictate that. So what it's dictating is, I'm really hungry. Can you feed me some more? And so all of that is going to work itself out, and my body will be at optimal health. Once my body reaches the optimal energy intake that it has been asking for all these years, and it trusts that it's not going to be starved or restricted anymore, then it will be a healthy organism, and it will go to its place where it feels optimally healthy. At the same time, my mentation will also be optimally healthy, because I won't be thinking about food anymore, because my body won't be needing it all the time. And so I won't be hungry all the time. And that will be a great relief of stress for me. So the overall picture of health will be much, much more ideal. So that's the goal that I'm shooting for. Unfortunately, no, I can't control the way I look. My body will be feeling much better, and I will be feeling much better. And so these things I'm going to have to trust. They're a little bit unknown right now, but I'm going to have to trust, because I've seen other people go through it and they have come out feeling so much better. And the experts themselves have had their own experiences with going through really hard times where they've struggled with the weight gain and they've been afraid, but they've pushed through and they've made it to a point where their lives are so much freer. And that's what my goal is for me as well. And I hope that that's what you're going for too. And so while it is scary, you keep eating. You just keep eating despite all the weight gain. Yes, it happens. You can gain a ton of weight and still be extremely hungry. I am proof of that. So Now, part of the reason why I'm still extremely hungry after gaining a lot of weight and after a couple of years in recovery is because I haven't been really consistent with not restricting. So that's again why I've been doing these mental hunger videos and trying to stay consistent with my eating to mental hunger and full satiety, because this is what will help my body gain trust and stop sending the mental hunger signals, and what will also rewire the anorexic thinking that is all neurally wired for anorexia in my brain. All of that will get rewired into a much more healthy mindset that isn't based on restriction and fear of famine and all of that kind of stuff. So for more information, go to TabithaFerrar.com. She has all the blogs and all the podcasts and all the YouTube videos on all these different topics that anorexics face when they are going through recovery. And she also basically outlines the method of recovery that is most efficacious, for me at least, after having tried so many different methods and after having been in so many different types of treatment hospitals around the country. Tabitha Ferrar is the best resource for me for actually getting real recovery. So I do recommend going to her website. Kayla Rose Katecki and Elisa Orris also are great resources, so please go to their websites as well to find things that you must do as you go forward on your journey. And me, who am I? I'm an older person who's taking that journey and who's using myself kind of as an experimental specimen to watch the journey in action. So having said that, I'm going to go eat a donut and I'm going to go relax. And in the meantime, I thank you for watching. Take care.